gotta do that.
What?
I'll sit with you for a few and then. Greetings. And nope, we are not in the lab. We're not in the lab. We're in JL, Justice League headquarters. Justice League headquarters, that's where we are.
Yeah,
and so
you might
right
be.
here right now.
I see Claudia on this one. Me, Claudia, and Ellie. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin. See, that's what they do. That's why I say
Mute.
this what goes on. They just like she on the phone. But again, headquarters. This is Run Tell That. We got special guests. All our guests are always special on the show. We got Sister Claudia. We got Sister Ellie. Got my cousin Deborah. She on the phone. And this is Run Tell That. And so now, but we're going to do something because, again, we're going to have this conversation. Y'all know we're going to get into it. And so I already realized some things. I got to twist it up because we can never do the show like I want to do the show. We're going to have to twist it up a little bit just to let y'all know. And so we're going to start out with this right here. Queen coined this phrase, destructioneers. They're not developers, but they're destructioneers. So one of my cousins contacted me last night. She said, them developers don't like you. And I'm listening. And she said a segment came up because she works on Hilton Head. She said a segment came up on the news and I was in that segment. And that's when one of the people made the comment. Yeah, he's the man that don't want us to tear down those old houses. You doggone right. I don't want you to tear down the old houses on Hilton Head, in Bluffton, in Beaufort, in Edenton, in Beaufort, in Wilmington, in St. Augustine, in Jacksonville, in Riceboro. I want you tearing down the houses because I've told y'all about spatial memory. When they get rid of structures important to you, it becomes easy to forget. Then they put... And that's what's going on tonight. We got a structure that's important to us. And if we let it fall, guess what? We lose a part of our story. And that this is Bunn Memorial Baptist Church. So that's why I'm like, hey, it was so fitting last night when my cousin contacted me. One of my other cousins on the Hilton Head side is told me that. I'm like, wow, because I got to do this video and I got to talk about it. Because again, for Bunn Memorial, that's what's happening. But what we're going to do, we're going to get into it right now. And so, y'all already see what's going on. So we're going to do this right here. Claudia, who are you?
Hi. My name is Claudia Palmer. I am a member of Bunn Memorial Baptist Church, born and raised. I am 54 years old. My parents attended before I was born. I am also, at this time, the church's secretary.
All right. Ellie, who are you?
My name is Ellie Isaacs. I am partner in Landmark Preservation Consulting, which is a historic preservation consulting business based out of Savannah. And I am the preservation consultant for Bunn Memorial.
All right. Yeah. Deborah Allen. I call her Deborah Allen. I don't need no issue with her husband. He's like cousin, big brother. He's not just cousin, but big brother. And he's like, why you call my wife whole name? But okay, Deborah Allen. So, who are you?
Hello, I am Deborah. I'm member of Bunn Memorial Baptist Church. Have been since, gosh, maybe the 1960s, 50s, late 50s, early 60s, I believe. Um, my grandmother was a member there. My grandfather was a member there. I'm currently the vice chair of the Bunn Memorial Trustee Board right now, and we're working hard on getting things done to help preserve our church.
Okay, all right. So you got into some of. We're going to roll into this right here. So we're going because when we say this right, who your people? Who your people? That's what we want to know. Who your people? Who your people are? Because it's family, it's connections, ties. Because some people checking out the show, they're going to say, "Wait a minute, I know Ellie, and such and such, so and so." Somebody say, "I know Claudia. I know her family. I know Deborah. So I know her granddaddy." So again, that we say, "Who your people?" Because again, audience, so they can not connect to it. So Deborah, who your people?
Okay. Well, my mother was Catherine Johnson. She and my grandmother was Reverend Mary Lou Boyd, here in the local minister and gospel singer with the Savannah Community Choir here in the city and actually nationally. But my grandmother Hattie Houston was a member, and Moses Houston, my grandfather, were the members of Bunn Memorial Baptist Church.
All right. And Sister Claudia, who your people? Who your people? Oh, you're muted. We got.
Technology. Bear with
Mhm.
me, y'all. My father was Deacon James Palmer. He was the chairman of the Deacon Board until he died. He was born and raised on the west side of Savannah and graduated Beach High School. My mother is Danny Mae Palmer. She is currently the mother of the church. She's been attending since also 1960s, something of that nature. My older sister was a member of the church. She now stays in the Baltimore, Maryland area, where she's been at for the most of her adult life. My grandmother, Miss Manny Mae Brown, was a member of the church as well. And her husband, Henry Brown Sr., was a pastor at another church, but and she was a member of that church as well too. But when he passed, she moved her membership over to Bunn Memorial.
I am frozen. I am frozen. See, you went there, Claudia. You went there. You said, "Ooh,
I,
see that one." I said,
I put you in timeout, man. You're in timeout.
you intentionally did that.
Yep.
So okay, okay. I'm coming back to you. I see. I see how you gonna do me, family. I said you're gonna do it. So Ellie, who are your people, Ellie? Who are your people?
So I don't have roots in Savannah. I actually came here for school, and I've lived here now for about 10 years. So I don't have family here, but I have chosen family, I guess you could say. So I've got chosen family here, and like I've done a lot with the church community, the African American Baptist church community in Savannah. I've worked really closely with people in Yamaka and First Time Baptist Church. So I would say that they're probably some of my chosen family.
See, Ellie, it don't matter. We got people looking at us from around the world, and so we've had people. I've had people on here say, "Hey," somebody in Jersey said, "Yo, I'm related. I know them. I'm so." So that's why we do what we do. But then see, people got a little disrespectful. People got a little disrespectful. We're gonna get to that. I ain't forget about that. So now we come to this right. Ellie, what
Yeah.
inspires you? Who inspires you?
So many people inspire me. One of the biggest thing that I aim to do is help people tell their stories. Because I feel like there are so many stories and histories, especially in Savannah, that need to be told and deserve to be told that have never been told before. And so that's what inspires me in general. Not necessarily any one person, but it's just that's like the mission of like why I do what I do. It's just to help people tell their stories.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Claudia, who inspires you? What inspires you?
My family inspires me and my students. I am a school nurse, and I've been doing school nursing full time for 20 years, but for 6 years as a sub before that. And giving back to my community, giving back to and imparting in those students and my personal birth kids and my God kids. That's what I do. And I try and better myself by learning more, put myself in positive situations whereby I can direct them and guide them, just not on their life journey, but in their educational journey as well too. So that's what inspires me, is to help my circle.
All right.
You're one of those teachers that everybody remembers for 20 plus years afterwards. I can tell.
So cousin Deborah, who inspires you?
Yeah.
What inspires you?
Yes. Like Claudia said, family, the number one inspiration for me. And also, what inspires me a great deal are the old saints of our church, all of the elders of our church that have passed on, the dedication that they showed in keeping our church going forward. Their dedication and inspiration inspires me to continue working to try to keep that momentum going. Um, and we've had a lot of adversity in recent years that has kind of tried to put a wall up for us to advance our church, but we are pushing through it. But those type of things inspire me to keep doing what I do.
Okay. So, Pastor Hall, you've joined us, and we're glad to have you with us. And um,
Hello, hello.
all right. So, Pastor Hall, we're going to do this right here. We want you to tell the people who you are and who your people are and what inspires you and who inspires you. But I'm going to let you know, I got an issue with you right now. See, if you were on here earlier, then I would not have to deal with some foolishness from Claudia. See, if you were here, you would have been able to help keep some stuff under control. But you came in, so I'm just calm down right now. Go ahead, Pastor Hall.
All right, I'm from the Hall family tree. We're born and raised on the west side of town of Savannah. Hudson Hill is our community. I grew up and became a teacher for 15 years. Uh, Enjoyed working with the students, and my inspiration was seeing them learn. And having fun learning. That was my inspiration. But I decided to make a change some years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and now I'm working for the ports, and I'm doing an even greater thing in helping the community with spreading their goods, getting their goods and stuff, getting the goods to them. Uh, that's about it. Who inspires me? Seeing the children learn, seeing the church grow, um, the members who have grown in age, who have become older, who are still working and doing their thing for the Lord. That inspires me. I'm sorry, I just got off from work. I'm sorry, so I'm a little lost for words.
All right, you can be chill because this is how we keep it real. Because I'm about to twist some stuff up right now. Because again, it's my show. So here you go. Our president of Our Black Media, the director, Julius Hall. As soon as he said hit the Hall name, he said, "Oh, hey cousin." Now he said, "Oh, that's why I said here, Julius Hall." I said, and then you said Hudson Hill, automatic because he out of West Savannah. And see,
Yes,
it
yes.
says Claudia, how long have you known me? Bam, you ain't gotta say it. So just go ahead. So we're gonna do this right. No, you ain't gotta say it. This is what we're gonna do. Usually it's the last question. It's the last question, but I already see some things going as right with this right here. I'm gonna put it on out here because it's gonna determine how I feel about the rest of y'all. Because when we come back doing some of this right here, I need to ask this question. Usually it's the last question, but I'm gonna ask it right now. What is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia, or the world for that matter? And now I'm going to my cousin, Deborah Allen. As I tell everybody, get it correct. Please get it correct.
Well, I'm kind of torn. I graduated from Savannah High School, 1976, but I spent most of my high school years at Johnson High School. So I'm a kind of a mixture of a smasher and a Savannah High blue jacket. So it's hard for me to say a smasher jacket. I could call myself that.
The absolute
Well,
wrong answer.
is that the wrong answer?
Yes, ma'am. The absolutely wrong answer. Okay. So we'll do this. Ellie, what is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia?
I don't know. I didn't go to high school here, so I don't know.
You ain't have to go to high school here. You ain't
I
have to go
didn't.
to high school here. It's
I
just
mean, am I allowed to say Jenkins because I live right next to Jenkins? I don't know.
1800 East Durant Avenue. That's why. Yes. Okay. Claudia, what is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia? Because you tried to talk about some beach stuff. Shut it down. What is the best high school?
So, C. Johnson High School, class of 88.
This is
Now,
why.
Jamal, I am partial to Jenkins because my youngest daughter, Jamia, graduated from Jenkins. My oldest grandson graduated from Jenkins. I have two other grandsons currently at Jenkins. My granddaughter, Gabrielle, is getting ready to go to Jenkins. So I'm partial to Jenkins as well. I love the Warriors.
I look
Spent
right out
many
my window and see them.
games there.
So I
So-
hear their band practice every day.
So Claudia. So, Pastor Hall, what is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia?
Groves High School.
See that? That's why I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Actually, and let me know the name of Jenkins is Heavens B. Jenkins High School, and the first alum of Jenkins is God. God is the part of the class of eternity at Jenkins. Yeah, see that? That one thing. I knew I had this rebellion going on, so I had to come and do this right here. So we're gonna get in this right here. We said everybody out there share. Bunn Memorial Baptist Church. What is Bunn Memorial Baptist Church? And we're gonna go to Sister Claudia. What is Bunn Memorial Baptist Church? What's the significance of Bunn Memorial Baptist Church?
Bunn Memorial Baptist Church is a African American church that's been in existence since 18 something, way before I was born. And it was at one point the hub of the Black community on the east side of town, whereby Paulson Street School at that time did not have an auditorium. So our pastor at that time allowed the school to use our church as an auditorium to have their recitals, to have their assemblies, and things of that nature. We've always been there to help the community around the church. We branched out to help in a greater area around the church. We've always been a pillar there in that community. And then we had families that would come in from the neighborhood, some because of other family relationships. And it's just been a place where you can just go and honestly feel like you're at home with that sense of love. And if you have issues or concerns, you can just let your burdens down and just bare your soul. It's just a place of light and love.
Right. Yes. Sister Deborah, why is Bunn Memorial Baptist Church significant?
Well, Bunn Memorial Baptist Church has been in the community there since 1929. It was founded by Reverend Elijah Napoleon Bunn, and it was subsequently named after him by a succeeding pastor who wanted to honor him because of the things that they did in the community. In addition to Paulson Street School, Bunn Memorial was a community church who opened its doors to everyone. Its original name was All People's New Century Baptist Church, where it was open to all races, all creeds. Anyone could be a member of Bunn Memorial Baptist Church. And in more recent years, the church opened its doors to 8 organizations that may have needed to use the building for one reason or another. And to name a couple is the Goodwill Industries has used it. The The Martin Luther King Jr. Observance Day Association Committee has used it. The Ralph Mark Gilbert Civil Rights Museum have used our church for one reason or another. The King Tisdale Cottage, as well as the Beach Institute, to name a few. There have been other organizations and community entities that have used our church. And our church was a beautiful church that people love to come to and interact with each other and share in community events and lift up the name of God.
Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to have a break. We're going to come back and we're going to get into some other aspects of Bunn with Pastor Hall and with Sister Ellie. And so this is Run Tell That. We say share, share, share. We have with us Sister Deborah Allen, Sister Ellie Jacobs, Sister Claudia Palmer, and Pastor Hall. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break right now.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
And we are back. This is Run Tell That. And we have with us Pastor Hall, Sister Deborah, Sister Ellie, Sister Claudia, and we say to all of y'all, share, share, share. Support our advertisers. That's Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Highway 80 in Garden City. And also Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Jr. Boulevard. And Shep Food and Gas on Styles and Gwinnett Streets in the city of Savannah. We say don't ride by, stop by. And so Pastor Hall, with regards to Bunn, and you being the leader of Bunn, that is the spiritual leader of Bunn, what is your vision for Bunn and what needs to be done? What's the present condition of Bunn? Pastor, were you able to hear me?
What was the question?
Pastor Hall, can you hear me, Pastor Hall?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
He might be on mute.
Oh. No, he's not on mute.
Oh, no.
The device. You may need to go out and come back in, Pastor Hall. So, Ellie, what is the current physical status regarding Bunn Memorial Baptist Church?
So currently, Bunn is threatened. There has been some issues that has resulted in the church not being able to meet there in their main sanctuary hall. And there's been issues with structural issues, and roof issues are the primary ones. So originally the church was wood clad on the outside. And then in 1975, it was clad over top with brick veneer. And when that happened, it created this cavity that would allow water and stuff to go down into. So when the wood frame got deteriorated from all the water, it started to lean out. And the only thing really keeping it upright right now is the brick veneer that's on the outside. And then there's also structural damage to the roof. So like when you drive by and you look, there's a very like obvious dip in it with some of the roof trusses. So that's what's going on. And it's caused some cracking in the plaster on the inside and some issues with the wood, the beautiful wood, tongue and groove ceiling. So there's some problems going on right now.
Okay. So, and I'm going to give this to all of you with regards to this. What's the effort now being led, or you all engage again with regard to the preservation and maintenance of Bunn? Sister Claudia, we'll start with you.
Thank you. At this point, we have applied for and have received authorization to receive a stabilization grant. Before we can do any of the rehabilitation work that needs to be done to the structure, we need to stabilize that wall that Ellie was speaking of, that's going out and repair the roof and those trusses so that it does not cave in. If you drive by our sanctuary and you look at the side of you, a wall stands erect like this. Usually, our wall's kind of doing a kind of this kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then the roof is also kind of dipping in, and it is very scary looking. And we have not been in the sanctuary because of that. We hold our services in the annex for safety reasons because it is quite terrifying, and we don't want anything to happen to anyone who may come to worship with us or anything. So that's our main thing, is at this point to stabilize that, and do those necessary repairs for that before we get deep into any of the other things that have occurred because of the water seeping in, and causing additional damages to our historic church.
So
Okay.
they actually received the official grant that they received is a Preserving Black Churches Emergency Fund grant. So that's what we got in order to do temporary stabilization and planning to figure out how to do that stabilization. So they just got that, I believe, in April of this year. So we are in the planning stages of trying to get things coordinated to get an updated structural assessment, and to get the ball rolling, so that we can get this done. And then long term, the plan is, at least my plan for everybody, I think everybody would agree, is to apply for an actual, like the normal grant cycle for preserving Black churches, so that they can get the additional funds that they'll need to do everything else that this grant won't cover. That's my plan.
So, Pastor Hall, we're going to move to you with regards to this. What do you want the community to know, and what can the community do to help? What do you want the community to know, and what can the community do to help with regards to this? Well, and I'll back up and I'll share this with you. What happened? Melissa just contacted me and told me the issue that was happening at Bunn. So then what occurred? She asked me, did I know of resources and people? So I immediately then did a thread and made a contact with our chairman of the Chatham County Commission. That's Reverend Chester Ellis. So that's what I did on my end with regard to that. And then also I told him that you all were going to be on the show today. So now I know a part of it with regards to an appeal, with regards to that to the public in general, and whatever support and other things can be done. So Pastor Hall, what are the things that you all want to see from the community? What type of support from the community with regard to helping with regards to the effort for Bunn Memorial?
Okay, well let me say this. I'm pastor elect, so I'm just coming onto the
Okay.
scene. Um, my main reason for joining this group thing tonight is to learn more about Bunn Memorial
Okay.
myself, learn of the history, to learn more about them as well. That's my main reason for coming on.
All
But
right. I was
that's
gonna say not a problem, because see how I do. I roll with it. See, that's how we roll with it. So I'm going to throw it to Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah, what do we want to do with regard to the community? What must the community know? So that's what we want to do. That's one of the reasons why we're here right now, to put it out to the community, because a lot of people don't know it's insulated. It's
Yeah.
insulated. It's only within your community, just right there. It's Bunn Memorial. So other things, and so I guess I'll share this with you. A part of the reason why is because when we look at Bethel Amy, that structure known as Bethel Amy, some people saw that I did a live last year with regard to that, and I put it out there to make that clarion call. So that's what we're doing right here on Run Tell It. That's what we do. We make a clarion call. Now I tell people, you don't come on here being pretentious, none of that like that. Everybody know from with regards to research that got to be done. We do all of that. If you got a fundraiser, we do that. We got all that. So everybody out there checking out Run Tell That. I'm saying to all y'all right now, a clarion call must be made right now for Bunn Memorial, and we want y'all. And I want y'all, if y'all got telephone numbers or any other contact information, so we can put it out there. So, Sister Deborah, what you want the community to do? What must the community be involved in with regards to helping Bunn?
Okay, well, watching this podcast is one of the greatest things that they could do, and get some information about what our situation is. And a lot of church communities already know. A lot of church communities have been aware of the situation that our church has gone through between legal issues and church edifice issues over the past maybe 5 to 7 years or more, because of things that ended up being beyond our control that we tried to correct. And because of that, we had legal issues that took us out of the church, and and that was court ordered. And we were having church service at True Love Baptist Church on Gwinnett Street. So they are a part of what's going on, as well as several other churches. We've had other pastors show their interest in wanting to help us by letting us know that they were raising funds to try to help our church, because our church is near and dear to the hearts of so many people, and they are saddened by seeing the condition of the church. And our membership, because of our past issues, has dropped tremendously. And it's just a few of us that are working so hard to try to keep the church moving forward, trying to build the physical church up, and then bring back in the people. Because right now, we would not want to have folks coming into a situation that could be unsafe. There are many arms reaching out into the community that are there wanting to help. And we appreciate anything that anyone can do to be able to help us and help support our church in our efforts to rebuild it and reestablish our former days. Our church was booming, and then all of a sudden, because of some legal issues that were beyond our control, things changed dramatically, and it affected the church itself. It affected the physical existence of the church because no one was there. It's something about not being in a building that causes deterioration at a more rapid pace. And plus, the building was old in itself. So all of that together has led to the condition that our church is in right now. We're so thankful that we do have our annex, which is usable, and where we have our services now, and we are grateful to still have that. But all of that together is we need a lot of funds to be able to rebuild it and bring everything up to code and to standards where it should be. And we appreciate the help of all of the community. Any churches out there, they know most of the churches, I would say, know what our situation is. So we would appreciate anything from any of the churches.
That's what I was going to say. Is I think the biggest thing is that, like, we talked about this.
Hold up. I let you slide the last time. People know I don't dare let that go on like that. Hold on.
My bad. I like to talk.
Hold up. Because I got a phone call came in from an HBJ warrior. Yes, Lord. Yes, God. You're saying at least go to Claudia and ask Claudia the question like, how can people send funds? If they want to send funds, what's the contact? Do you say Claudia would know? Go ahead and do that. Yes, Lord, we'll do that. Yes, all right. I'll talk to you later, God. So Claudia, again, the reason why we got people from around the world looking at the show. That's what I'm saying. We got people from around the entire world. It's not just this show, not Savannah. It's around the entire country and the world for that matter. So I'm saying, listen, if there's a number, if there's some site or something like that we can put out there for them to send support, because I'm hearing it. That's why I might throw it out there. So Claudia, you're the church secretary. So, if that's the case, let us know. Or if you're going to be working on that, let us know that. You're muted.
Our church address is 620 Harmon, Harmon Street, Savannah, Georgia, 314-0401. Excuse me, 314-01. And if that's anybody that wants to actually mail a check, we also have a Cash App. And I'm getting that address right now from Cash App. It is 1 minute. Let me get back to you with the Cash App because I got a text that just came in reference to this right there too. I think we just might have got a little donation. 620 Harmon Street, Savannah, Georgia, 31401. I'll get back to you with the Cash App in just 1 second while I work this technology. Never mind. I got you. You don't have to leave me. $ BMBC 620. Once again, $BMBC 620. That's our Cash App. And I would like to thank any and everybody in advance for any contribution that you can make toward our cause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
And again, we have leaders and people preserving Bunn Memorial. And so that is the Cash App, BMBC 620. So again, we say support them. And so that's why when we got y'all on here, we want people to be able to support, even if not today, but tomorrow and throughout the rest of the time period for them to now get this taken care of. And so, Ellie, what is on the horizons? What's on the horizons, Ellie?
Well, that's what I was going to say. So we are working through the
Ellie,
grant
that's
that we
why
got
we were
now.
waiting to get to that, Ellie. See, I'm
Yeah.
trying to
That's what I was going to
right
say.
in the atmosphere with the Warriors. Don't be like the ungodly people from the Rebels and the Smashers and the Blue Jackets.
Never. That's what we're working on. So we're working on right now the stabilization, the planning for the stabilization. Then everything will be stabilized. And then somehow I feel like there's going to be some time where there's overlap of when that's happening and then when we'll apply for the next grant. So hopefully we'll be able to apply for the next grant and get the next grant. And we'll keep this moving, but any funds, like everybody was saying, any funds that can help to the cause are going to make a big difference. Because it is not cheap to do the things that we're trying to do to save this church. So.
And again, Bunn has been a part of the community. And just like when you discuss with regards to the auditorium being a place for people that are not going to have programs taught to the Folsom Street School, that's a part of history. And that's why we talk about, and then we open up the video, that so often that buildings are lost, buildings are gone. And so the stories are gone. Those stories are lost too, if you don't continue to tell it. And then when you have partnerships, you have relationships, Bunn is able not only to tell the story about Bunn Memorial, Bunn can also tell the story of the Folsom Street School. See, because again, it becomes even much larger. And then when we talk about the Wage Earner Bank on West Broad Street, that's now the Ralph Martin Gilbert Civil Rights Museum, Bunn saying, hey, we played a role with regard to the Civil Rights Museum. Again, you're able to tell a part of the story. And so that way, even if you're not even at that physical building, you still have a part of the story, and it's a web. And so that's what we're doing today. We want y'all to understand. We want y'all to come into the web. We want y'all to come into the web of goodness to help Bunn Memorial Baptist Church. And I don't want anyone to think that we're just saying Bunn is special. No, we know that everyone is special. And that when it comes down to preserving the history and the story, it's up to all of us. And in the Haitian proverb, we go and say in Creole, we say, "Men appellent chez palu." Many hands make the load lighter. Many hands make the load lighter. And that this is what's going on right here. And so, again, with Pastor Hall, we're going to come to you with regards to that. Again, what's your vision? What would you want to foresee after all this is taken care of and that we are victorious in this? What would you like to see for Bunn?
I want to see a glorious church, a church for the community where all of the people within the community can come and join us, fellowship with us whenever the doors are open. That's what I look to see.
Okay. Sister Deborah, with regards to your family story being tied to Bunn, and what do you want the people in the community to also understand why they should be supporting Bunn? Because you gave some of it, but then also your family story being tied to it with regards to Bunn. And I'm going to say, when you say again the name Mary Lou Boyd, many people here in this community should be going off with regards to that, because again, it is a part of our legacy in telling the story. And she's not related to Julius Hall.
Yes. Yeah, she's visited our church many times. She's sung there. My mother is her daughter. My mother passed away a couple of years ago, and as you know, Mary Lou Boyd passed away a few years ago, and she just still hits me in my heart. I miss them so much, and they meant so much to the community. And she was definitely a community person. She was a DJ at WSOK radio station, gospel music DJ for many years. When my sisters and I and one of our church members, when we were young, we used to have a little group that we called the Joyettes. It was my sister Patty, myself, and a church member, Maria Joyner Jefferson. And we used to sing on the radio station. We had no idea what was going on, but we were young and excited. But she gave us that opportunity, and she kept us in the music field, in the gospel music realm. And I also want to mention our past trustee chairman, Mrs. Sadie Davis Steele. I'm not sure if you know that name, but she was a pillar in this community. Claudia's godmother, as well as one of the founding members of Memorial Baptist Church. And she fought very hard to build the church up, to include the community in things that were going on at our church, and opening our doors and making sure the community was aware that we were there for them, so that they could utilize our church buildings for their needs as they arose. If they needed us, we would be there for them. And she was she was also a teacher and a local educator as well. A lot of folks remember Sadie Davis Steele, and our annex is named after her.
Okay.
Annex is, but
excuse me. What we're going to do? We're going to need to go to a break right now, because see, you just keep getting, you just like Claudia, you just like Elliot. Y'all just want to dominate and take over.
We just like to talk.
we gotta go.
Well, our hearts are so full.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what you're doing right now. When we come back, this is Run Tell That.
Oh.
run tell that. We have with us Sister Claudia, Sister Ellie, Sister Deborah, Pastor Hall, and we're here for Bunn Memorial. And so I'm gonna let my cousin go ahead and continue what she was saying. Yes, people do know, or some people do know about Sadie Steele. In fact, I say I'm here in Justice League headquarters in Port Wentworth. The Steele family are tied here in Port Wentworth. And so again, tied to the land ownership, and that's why we're going to be segueing with regard to that about land ownership. Again, importance of maintaining land. So I'm let my cousin go and do, because she's just trying to do play fool to catch smash on me. Play fool to catch smash. You know, go we say play fool to catch smash. Go to Jamaica, they say play fool to catch wide. She just tried to play me like that. That we just so full. We just so full. Claude, little Claude, we so full right now. That's what she was trying to do. I just, you know, okay, I'm gonna do it too. Play fool. My cousin, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to learn that phrase. Yeah, well, and yeah, and speaking of Miss Steele, she was children were very dear to her. She did a lot to encourage and teach children, not only in the school system but our church members. She just took everyone under her wing, and she was also a piano player and choir director as well. She took us all under her wing, and she made sure that we were not left out of community events that were a part of the what would might be considered the upper crust of society. She made sure that our young people took part in things. I always remember the Jabberwocky, number one. And she was also on the board of Goodwill Industries, and she, as well as my grandmother, and she made sure that they knew that they could use our church for any of their needs, and we would make donations to them on a regular basis. And she was just a phenomenal person. And her family was also, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Steele Funeral Home from way back when, but they were part of the Steele Funeral Home family. It was on Houston Street downtown. My grandmother, Hattie Houston, she was chairman of the usher board for many years, and she was also the chairman of the youth in the church. She oversaw the youth programs in the church for many years as well. So, and she was another person dear to my heart. She was such a sweetheart, and she loved children as well. And so, our church has been geared so much to educating young people, promoting advancement of young people, and we want to be able to continue that. We want to bring our young people back to the church because there's been so many issues. Our church membership is just sparse. It's very, very few, and we are working so hard with the few of us that there are, and we really appreciate Pastor Hall for hanging in there with us. He stuck with us through all of the issues that we were going through, and we couldn't do anything else but to invite him to be our regular pastor, and we're looking forward to installation of him soon.
So
Yes,
I had to raise my hand the first time ever on my show. I had to raise my hand because Julius Hall said, "I know Deborah Allen is your cousin, Jamal, because she can talk." I listened to Julius Hall. Julius said,
I'm sorry.
Julius Hall said, "She ain't giving nobody else a chance to talk."
I'm sorry.
It wasn't me. I'm just letting you know. So
it's your fault. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So what we going to do? So Ellie, I'm throwing this out to you with regard to this. Why is it important for people to value their properties? To value their properties and value their stories. So Ellie, we don't have a lot of time.
I was gonna say, you're not allowed to talk a lot.
So I'm just saying because I know because I already see what we got going on here. So, but
Yeah.
the Cash App is there for y'all to support Bunn Memorial. The Cash App is right there. So the Cash App to be right here. We'll also send out other information, and we're gonna put the address also where you can send payments to. So, Ali, go ahead. You got the floor.
So you have to take care of the properties that you have because, like you said earlier, once they're gone, they're gone. You can't, you know, you can't just snap your fingers and undo it, right? And buildings hold so much value just in the buildings themselves, but in the stories they tell too, because they have all this embodied energy of everybody that has inhabited them and has worshipped in them, and life events that, if you really think about it, like the church is, for a lot of people, the center of their lives. Like, you get married in a church, you get baptized in a church, depending on religion, you have communion or things like that. Coming of age ceremonies, you get married in a church, and when you pass, you have your funeral services in a church. So it really begins and ends in a church. And if you don't value, staying in your home churches, or giving your tithes like you're supposed to, or anything like that, the church is the thing that really suffers. And so you have to think about all the people that came before you that built it up to become what it is, and respect that history and value that history that your ancestors worked so hard to build, and just keep it going, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And my cousin Deborah, my sister Claudia, and they alluded to some of this right here. And this is why I share with folks that for many times in our communities, and again, this is across the entire country, but in our communities, churches were a part of the communities. Churches were a part of it. That children in out the off the west side called Dodge City, children off the west side will be right there on the steps of St. Philip Monumental AME Church, even though they might not have been AMEs, but they're right there at the church. That was a part of the community. It was a part of it. And so, Claudia, when you were discussing some of this, I want you just to elaborate, why is Bunn Memorial important to this neighborhood? Some of y'all are just now joining us, and we're about to be closing out in a few, but why was Bunn Memorial important to the community?
Bunn Memorial was important to the community in which it exists because it is a long-standing pillar. It's been a community place for meetings, for teachings, for like you Ellie was saying, funerals, marriages, um, offering community services, offering places to just meet and talk. Rather, it was religious things. Sometimes it was, especially back in the days when we had segregation and those type things going on. Sometimes they would have meetings and they would have to have it at a church where it would be a safer type of a venue to discuss those type things because of the climate at that time. Bunn Memorial has served all of those purposes for that community, for the whole Savannah community as a whole. Um, During its establishment, there were not a whole lot of churches that had the reach that we had at Bunn. And our founding pastor was one of the first black Afro Afro American gentlemen at that time to actually hold a PhD.
Hmm.
So at that time, and it's even at this time, because of the historical value of it, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we maintain our history, that we can get our sanctuary rehabilitated so that we can continue on serving our community in the fashion that which we are accustomed to doing. And once again, I would like to thank all of our listeners, but especially you, Mr. Torre, for inviting us on your podcast. Thank you so much for your time, and
Yes,
thank you for
yes,
showing an interest in our church.
yes.
We have an obligation to look out for us, and that's what it's about. And so Bunn has done that. You all discussed that, from Paulson Street School to being a pillar in the community. And so that's what we're about. And so we come into the last minutes. And so we're going to give each one of y'all 1 minute. We've already dealt with the most important question, which was the best high school. And pretty much all y'all failed except for Ellie. And so, but we're not compounding. what should happen with regards to helping out Bunn Memorial and why it should happen. Give each one of you 1 minute, and we go with Pastor Hall. Pastor Hall.
Okay, can you say that question again, sir?
What do you want the people to know? How can people help Bunn Memorial? What do you want the people to know about Bunn Memorial? We give you 1 minute with regards to that. How can they support Bunn Memorial? I'm throwing it out there. Whatever way people say, hey, send monies, come help us. We got some labor need to be done. Bam, whatever you all think. That's why I want to make it open for y'all to express it, because I can go and say some things. I'm saying send money. That's why I'm putting up stuff saying send money. But I know there are other things needed too.
All right. Well, come join us at Bunn Memorial on Harmon Street. With the address, Sister Claudia will give you that address. Just come join us. Join us on Sunday for service. We have service first and third Sundays starting at 12 o'clock. Just come hear a word. Come join us and see what's going on at Bunn Memorial.
All right. And Sister Claudia.
Donations, fundraising, donation of supplies, donations, helping hands. If you can, we'll be very open to receive any type of help that you can offer us at this time. And once again, thank you.
And Sister Ellie.
I would say donate as much as you can, even if it's just $5, because every little bit counts. And the goal is to keep the congregation in their church. So that's the main goal.
And Julius also make sure your cousin is last Jamal, because if I got to cut it off, I'm going to cut it off. That's what Julius, not me. That was Julius all said. He went to Tompkins, but you know how they are. Cousin Deborah, go ahead.
Okay. First, I want to mention our Pastor Emeritus, Charlie Dillard. He has been the previous pastor, and he's still Pastor Emeritus. And he was supposed to be on the podcast, but he wasn't able to be. But he has stuck with us. Give kudos to him, and that we love him and grateful for all of his years of support for us. And everybody donate. It would be a good thing to see what your contributions to us will produce in the community. And we appreciate every contribution that would come through for us. And we feel that the community loves Bunn Memorial just as much as we do. It's a long-standing pillar of the community, and we want to keep it there. And we appreciate you, Jamal, for having us on your podcast to get the word out. Appreciate that so much.
And we will plan on having you all back again, because we know that it's not going to change overnight. It's going to be we're in a long race with regards to this, so y'all be back again. And next time we ask the question, y'all will get the question right, the most important question. This is Ron Tell That. We had with us Pastor Hall, Sister Deborah, Sister Ellie, Sister Claudia, which I'm going to tell her husband on her some of this foolishness right here. Wait till I tell him, but I ain't going to say nothing. But we signing out. Just want to tell that. And check out all the shows on Our Black Media. The Ravel's coming on. We say support Bunn Memorial, and the Cash App is right there. And so, let me go to the Cash App right here. So y'all got the Cash App. Cash App, $BMBC 620. Support them. Any amount helps. And if you can do labor, give supplies, guess what? You got the address, 620 Harmon Street on the east side. We're signing out. Have a good week. Take care. Peace and blessings.
Thank you.
Like like this. Like this. Like this. Like this.